So it's official. Donald Trump is the President of the United States. Congratulations to our American sisters and brothers. Oh my goodness. I hope your choice turns out to be a wise one. I must say, when I saw the results coming in for the elections, I was extremely perplexed by how a population could vote for someone like Donald Trump. And I posted to that effect on Facebook, and a number of people commented saying that Americans were not so much voting for Donald Trump, but they were voting against Hillary Clinton. And the thought that struck me there was that, that in some senses is a reflection on the values of the American population. From here in South Africa, I've listened to many friends speaking about this and saying, how is it possible that one could vote for someone who's so deeply divisive, who seems to be so racist, who objectifies women sexually, who claims to be a person of deep faith, knows all the best verses in the Bible, but doesn't seem to extol those values, and who is so egotistical and so hateful in what he says and does. We find it quite strange. I find it quite strange that people could vote for someone like this. But as I say, people were responding on my timeline on Facebook and on Twitter saying that the vote for Donald Trump was actually a vote against Hillary Clinton. Particularly, it seems, amongst Christians in America, conservative Christians, who are wanting to vote against Hillary Clinton and her stance on abortion and on the marriage of persons with the same-sex orientation. Now, my response to that is to say that in some senses, I think that the persons who have voted with that particular kind of reasoning have misunderstood the responsibility of democratic citizenship. You see, the principles that you may be disagreeing with are all principles that are held in law. And so that means that as a citizen of your nation, you have rights to engage those laws. And particularly if you belong to some form of collective, so a Christian church or a religious grouping, you have a collective voice to engage legally the principles that you disagree with, whether they be euthanasia or abortion or gay marriage, whatever it is, you have the right to engage that democratically. But if you vote for someone who has moral problems, as we've seen here in Southern Africa with the election of some African presidents who've proven themselves to be morally inept and corrupt, those moral issues are not held in law. In fact, they're held in the individual and in their person, in their presidency, and that tends to permeate society. So what you may find is that a person who is morally questionable will not uphold the law. And you have no legal or formal recourse to be able to engage that person effectively. So I've seen some commentators saying, well, welcome to your new president. Now you will begin to stand united in working out how to impeach the person that you've just elected. And I do certainly hope that that's not true. But my wishes for the American people is that the leader that you've elected will prove himself to be worthy of your trust, and that where he's not, that you will not be silent, that you will speak out against injustice, that you will work for unity in your nation, and that from your nation you will work for justice in the world. So thanks for watching. This is not a lecture, it's just a thought. And may you find wisdom as you move forward, and may the American people find that their choice is the kind of choice that they had hoped for. Thanks for watching.